Hello and welcome back for episode 4.
Of Resource and Brian.
But we've been seeing how you guys have been actually liking what we've been doing.
Very much appreciated. Love all the comments, likes, and everything.
So we're going to go back to our little bit of horror stories. Yeah, we have quite a bit with my what now 7 years, going on almost 8 years of retail and working with the public.
I got about 4 under my belt at this point total. Different jobs and stuff like that. 2 at a specific gas station. But other than that, just a little bit of moving around in and out and stuff. Just getting to know everything. You want to start, Mark, or Brian? Sorry, whichever.
I'll let you start with one. I'm trying to think of a good one.
All right, I've had this one for a while. It was probably, I don't know, half a year before I quit my most recent job. Like I said, at the gas station, and so pretty much what it was is the lady came in, put $10 on a specific pump, and she went out to go pump it. And I say it's really the end of my job at that point of the transaction. She goes out to pump it, all that sort of stuff, and leaves, and I don't see him again for about another 45 minutes. She comes running back in the building, talking about how she never got her gas, all that sort of stuff. They almost ran out of the gas on the interstate. And I'm like, oh, well, did you pump it? And she goes, I think so. I had my son do it. And the son is 8, which, in my state at least, it's illegal for anybody under the age of having a permit or a license of that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah. Anybody under the age of a license, I believe it's either that or 16. Either way, it is illegal for them to pump gas. Anyway, I started telling her about that. She goes, "Oh, whatever. It's his birthday. Don't bug him about it." I was like, "I'm not even worried about the kid at this point." And so I went back and checked the cameras. I can clearly see her telling him to go outside and pump the gas, which, as an 8-year-old, he has no clue how to do. Stands by the pump for about, I don't know, 2 minutes, and then gets back in the car and they drive off. Money and gas still on the pump. And, I mean, let's face it, customers aren't the nicest people. Next person came up and used the money, said, "Ooh, free $10 of gas," pumped it, and drove off. Now, a lady's sitting here demanding her $10 back, and I'm just, no, you were dumbass. I can't do any of that. She tells me to get my manager on the phone, and my manager, oh boy, he hates dealing with this kind of shit. So I already knew it was gonna be fucking fun. I call him up, man, tell him the whole story, and he tells her, like, what the fuck's your problem? This is your issue. If you want to go track down that customer and get your $10 out of them, that's fine. But unfortunately, there's really nothing we can do. You were dumbass, and they were green. Sorry, bad luck. And she's sitting there screaming about how she's gonna start calling the cops. And at that point, he literally just tells me straight up, "Tell her to fuck off. I don't care anymore." And so she asked what he said. I'm like, "Man, you're really not gonna like it." "Tell me anyway. I don't fucking care." Fine. He said to fuck off. To fuck off our property. She went out and sat beside her car for about, I don't know, another half an hour, running back in, yelling obscenities every once in a while. I mean, nothing about it had been violent or anything, but if she had stayed any longer, I probably would have called the cops. But luckily, she ended up pulling away and never saw her again. But I thought it was freaking hilarious.
I hate those that really feel like they're entitled, especially when it's their dumbass. I had a couple come in. I believe it was. Did I tell you about? I think it was Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it? No, I think it was Thursday. I believe it was Thursday.
No.
I had a couple come in. My store has a strict no returns on tobacco.
Oh, I mean, well, of course. I mean, they could have tampered with it in any.
Yeah, there's no returns. We don't give money. We don't exchange. The only time we could ever do something like that is, like, let's say I literally just sold it to you before you left the building. Be like, oh, yeah, this is the wrong one. Let's say you wanted Marlboro Lights. I gave you Ultra Lights. That's something I can quickly change and I can fix.
Yeah.
But once you leave that building, that product is yours.
Oh, of course.
And especially with all the virus stuff going around, we have suspended all returns,
Oh, I mean, like
returns,
60.
exchanges, everything.
Yeah, no.
I had a couple come in. They're not the ones that even bought this tobacco. They bought like it was their great aunt.
Oh, I
Um,
love it when old
it
family
was
members do stuff.
a pack of Virginia Slims. I think they're ultralights, the tan ones, 120s.
That sounds about right.
Um,
Weirdly enough, I never really sold a lot of Virginias. Do you?
oh, I don't remember selling any of them. So like they had a receipt. I didn't get to see the receipt, but you can see it's on receipt paper, and they wanted to return it, get the money back. But buddy, I can see from the side that it's a debit card transaction.
Can't help you with that. It has to be
So
cash, if anything.
if it was like, even I told them like my boss is not going to do anything, blah blah blah. They wanted my manager's full name and personal phone number,
You don't
and
give
then
that
said
shit
they were
out,
going to
no?
call the cops on me because I wouldn't breach confidentiality. Like I can't give you I can't give you anything besides my manager's first name and when he's going to be here next.
Yeah. And even at that, that's still a dangerous game to play because let's say you tell them that. I give them a roundabout estimate because if you tell them that and they come back in and do something, that could be on you because you told them exactly when they'd be there. So I like to be careful with that
Well,
kind of thing.
my manager's there every day as we open.
I got you.
When
No,
we
I got you.
our opening is like he's always the first one in. Manager comes in at 5. Our first associate comes in 5:30.
Oh, I was just saying, just I don't know. Not a lot of people know this kind of stuff, so it's just one of those things. Good to just give out information. I actually have something funny that I just thought of about returns. We Every store has its regulars, all that sort of stuff. We used to have a couple older gentlemen that come in. They like to play lottery, all that sort of stuff. And apparently, they had gone out of state to buy cigarettes because no taxes, all that sort of stuff makes it a little bit cheaper on the
Try to
wallet.
return it to you for more money.
No, 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 no. They're older guys, pretty nice, all that sort of stuff. This is one of those very rare stories. It was more funny than anything. They came in with just a bag of Parliament lights, all in the cellophane still, all that sort of stuff. They had opened it and realized they had gotten the wrong ones. They wanted Parliament full flavors.
Those
And
dark blue.
yeah,
Because then you have the
they had the
blue
light
and
blue.
white lights, blue and silver
Yeah.
or ultralight.
So anyway, they're like, hey, we come in here all the time, blah blah, and we're sitting there. Oh hell yeah, we know you guys. You guys are a lot of fun, good customers. We're like, so we were wondering, could we trade you guys these?
Oh,
Weirdly enough, our boss actually said go for it because
that's
I know it's
pretty
very.
fucking illegal, especially because that wasn't purchased in mass.
Oh, I know. Fuck, man. Store owners and managers, they don't give a fuck as long as they're
Well,
making
I've
their
always
money.
worked for corporate ones. I've never worked for like more like you guys said franchise.
Yeah, yeah.
So it is a little bit more difficult.
Oh, it's all. It was just one of those like, we really can't ever do this again, but I got you this time. You know what I mean? Oh my god. But speaking of customers we don't fucking like, I have one guy. Oh my god, I had to tell my coworker to go deal with his ass because I just wasn't gonna be able to do it. So this guy pulls up, shitty blue van, all that sort of stuff, and I at the time I had a white truck. My brother, sister, my dad had spray painted it with spray paint chalk, and it said all sorts of fucking shit on the side of it.
Wasn't that the one with the dick on it?
Oh yeah. I think they actually said I'm gay on one side of it. So they put pride stickers.
They're not
on
lying.
Oh my god, shut up. Anyway, he gets out of his truck and just starts, or van, sorry, and just starts throwing trash all in the back of my truck, all in the bed of it and stuff like that. I'm sitting there staring at him while I'm taking out the trash outside. I just start yelling, I'm like, hey, that's my truck. I work here. Stop throwing shit in there. Dude literally tells me, I don't give a fuck. People do it to me all the time. I literally just boiling, steamed fucking vegetable. I had to go inside and tell my coworker to deal with it, otherwise I'm gonna fucking lose my job right then and there. And my coworker goes out and starts telling him like, hey, look, you can't do this. And my coworker, one of my best friends, he is a very peaceful person. He does not like confrontation. But even this guy was pissing him the hell off because he's just sitting there, oh, I don't give a shit. People used to do it to me all the time when I had a truck. And he's just sitting there telling him, like, that doesn't matter what happened to you. You don't go and do it to somebody else. And it boiled down to either you leave right now or we're calling the cops and telling them to get you the fuck out of here. We don't care what happens to you.
I have a guy like that. I've seen him at both stores I've worked at. He's a guy rather not actually work, so he'll go through picking through everyone's trash in his pickup truck,
Oh,
looking for scratch tickets and cans.
speaking of picking through trash,
We actually have signs on ours that says "Do not pick through trash."
I'm sorry.
That's bad.
I'm sorry to derail for a second, but do you guys have people that pick through your trash to get cigarette butts and shit?
Not as much because we don't allow people to smoke out in front, so it's very rare we have somebody with cigarettes. We're very pushy. Where no more than 5 minutes in the building. Blah blah blah. We keep people off the property as much as possible.
Oh yeah, no, like people would come in, they dig through the trash for cigarette butts, other trash too, because people are freaking gross.
Oh,
But
yes,
they-
the fuck they are.
But they'd also go through like the cigarette butt to shoot, whatever you want to call it, and stuff like that. It's freaking. It looks nasty on the store, all that sort of stuff. So what me and my coworkers would do a lot of the times, we just end up pouring water in there and just fucking ruin them all.
I do something similar, but when people leave scratch tickets, I will cut all the barcodes off the bottom, so you can't put these into second chance drawings or anything.
Oh,
I had a guy come in pissed. He's like, "Where are the bottoms of these?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "You know."
how the hell am I supposed to know, man? I ain't do shit.
I just work here.
Yeah.
A lot of people I always look at like, do I look like I work here? Do I look like I care? For those that don't know, I am at my wit's end with my job and going to be leaving it soon enough to change career paths. This is a lighter side note, but I prefer my other job, which is Roadhouse. It's a great company to work for if you guys ever need a job. It's a great company to work for.
That's pretty much what happened at my last job at the gas station. Just so many policy changes. We got a new boss that pretty much demoted my old boss to the store manager.
Yeah, I saw him tonight.
And even he said it was the worst mistake ever selling my store to this guy. It was terrible. We lost so much business because of that guy. We were a 24-hour store. But when it started out, basically what it rounded out to be was we were closed 3 hours out of the day, more or less, because the way he wanted us to do it is every time somebody came in new,
changes.
They weren't allowed to. So the new person wasn't able to sign into the computer until the other person was signed out, even if there was an open computer. So, or not computer, sorry,
register. Yeah, I know that one.
So it'd be pretty, and it was also when we were just learning how to use the new registers and stuff like that. So that for every shift change, so at 6 a.m., and we had weird shift changes too. So 6 a.m., 10:30, 2, and then 10 p.m. at night. It was pretty much a good half an hour when we were closed. And I know that doesn't add up to 3 hours, but I'd say, like I said, a little bit more, might be less or more. But at 11:30 at night, he also had us start doing all sorts of different counts, like cooler counts, ticket counts, tobacco counts, and stuff like that. But during that period, we weren't allowed to sell any of that. So what we did actually have to do was for that period of counting, which we were able to boil it down to about half an hour, we did have to shut down the store because you can't sell any of that stuff. And even when it got to 15,
could you still do gas sales though?
That's the even more fun part. So 15 minutes you have to shut that. So 15 minutes of midnight, you have to shut down the register and recycle them for the next day. While that's going on, which is like a good 5-7 minute recycle. The new boss didn't want any numbers changing, so he actually said no gas sales during that period either. So yeah, basically it was 15 minutes of no sales inside, but we're able to sell gas, and then another 15 minutes of just no sales at all.
That's horrible business practice.
Oh, we lost, and I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this. People fucking love gambling at night. I don't know what it is. I guess it's just people are getting out of their jobs. But I have one lady whose record in one night was 38 $20 cash wins.
I've seen worse.
and she had been there. And that's the only record that I saw. She was actually there before I got there, which was at 10, and she was there until like 3 in the morning. And basically, that whole half an hour shutdown period. And we used to be able to sell lottery up until 1 a.m., but he cut it off at midnight when he came in. So we lost a lot of our lottery sales. Like, I'd say at least $4,000 a week in lottery sales alone. And I don't know if anybody knows about that, but that's a fucking lot.
Like I've had some really horrible lottery stories, my dude.
Oh.
I've had anywhere from people trying to solicit me to buy tickets for them, trying to returns. Lottery is not my thing.
Oh, I feel that.
I don't pay attention to lottery typically.
Mm-mm.
It honestly pisses a lot of people off.
No, it's because I mean, so I understand both sides of it. I don't agree with the customer side of it, but I understand kind of where they're coming from because I've actually thought on that a lot. And the only reason why I can think why they get so pissed is they're kind of thinking of it like somebody works at GameStop because they like video games. Oh, they must work at the gas station because they like lottery, which is not
Well,
how it
I give
works
them the
at
same
all.
example. Like, I know people who work for smoke shops who do not smoke. I know people who are bartenders and work at liquor stores that don't drink.
Oh, exactly. Like I
That
said,
doesn't mean just because I sell it doesn't mean I have to do it.
Oh, exactly. Like I said, I 100% agree with the employee standpoint of that. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate, seeing the whole customer side of things because I never really understood it either. We have one guy that really liked playing lottery, and he'd sit there and play for hours. At one point, he dropped like 800, and then went to the ATM down the road and got some more, and came back and kept playing. There was one time he got so pissed. Sometimes he brought his dad with him and stuff like that because I guess it was like a father-son bonding thing. They like to gamble together. But he got so mad that he was on a really bad losing streak. He got pissed and said "fuck this" and just left his dad there. And not really sure what ethnicity they were, but the dad really didn't speak that good English. So basically, for a good 5 minutes, he's just standing there not knowing how to ask for a phone or something like that, and just really not knowing what to do. Sad, yes, but kind of really fucking funny.
We have one guy. Everybody at work has dubbed him Crazy Russian. We're not sure if he's like. We know he's some type of Eastern European, and it's more. It's not really PC to call him that, but you know, he's an angry guy. And he I just don't want people to think I'm singling him out because no, but this is just the best way to describe him. So a bit of a heavy set guy, but you know, every time he gets a losing ticket, like he's no longer allowed to gamble like inside. You scratch tickets, you go outside. He would get angry and start slamming his fist and swearing. Like the only few swear words he can understand. He always played $10 cash words only. All my worst ones are the $10 cash word people. So when we told him he has to start gambling outside, what he would do to spite us would be to rip the tickets up and just toss them all in the parking lot.
Oh,
it's the point where we're like, buddy, you can't even gamble in our parking lot anymore.
I just thought of a very, very fucking good one that got me. We have this guy named Jeremy, and before the new boss took over, my previous boss, who's now the manager, would sometimes let him work. He was more of a customer, but saying this guy was a dumb as a bag of rocks is an understatement. He thought, this is the best example that I can give, he thought a quarter was worth $1.
That's bad.
Oh my god. Anyway, like I said, he worked there every once in a while, and so every time either an employee would leave or like my boss would get rid of one just because I don't know, stealing or what have you. He'd get a few more hours, so he knows the store, all that sort of stuff. One night when I'm working, he came in and decided that he was going to play a whole 10 row of, I think it was the Christmas tickets.
What, the 50, 100, 500?
Yeah.
Those fucking things. I hated those so much, especially at night when you have to keep the register lower.
But so, what this motherfucker did was he was sitting outside the door, and I didn't see any of this because, I mean, I got other shit to do, mop floor, stock shit, whatever. Anyway, I go outside to go change the trashes later. I see these things flying all over the parking lot, and I see like 4 in a row. I pick them up. I recognize the number that I sold to him. I'm like, is that motherfucker serious? I caught him coming in next time that he came in, and actually no, there's actually a previous story before that. Even now I think about it, during one of his shifts that he was working before me, he really liked chocolate milk for whatever reason. I mean, it's not a bad drink. Just the dude would drink like half a gallon of it in like half an hour.
Done it.
But anyway, he decided that he was going to pour half the bottle out in the trash can and just leave it for the next person.
Oh,
So
I hate those people.
when I went to change the trash inside, and I'm just expecting, lottery papers, maybe a couple of food scraps and stuff like that. No, I dumped the thing out, chocolate milk everywhere, all over me, all over the floor that I had just mopped. So I had both of those, the lottery thing and the chocolate milk thing, in my fucking hanger. Next time I saw him, I was like, "What the fuck is the matter with you?" And he just looks at me like a hurt puppy. What? What did I do? I'm like, you know fucking exactly damn well what you did, pouring the fucking chocolate milk in the trash. Oh, was that an issue? Are you kidding me? You dumbass motherfucker. And you throw tickets all over the lot? Oh, they blew out of my truck. You're a fucking liar and you know it. Those things are fucking ripped up.
I'll say, speaking of milk, I got one for last week. These two kids come in there. They have like this evil looking grin on their face.
Oh, that shit eating.
I have never seen these kids before, but I really hope I don't freaking see them again. They waited till I had no one left in the store, came up to the counter, put 2 gallons of milk up on the counter, and they're like, "What's that?" I look over my shoulder slightly, and out of the corner of my eye, I see them push the gallon of milk over onto the ground, and then start kicking them, getting fucking 2 gallons worth of milk everywhere. And then running out and then screaming like, aha, fuck this guy. Like, they couldn't have been more than like 8, 9 years old. And I'm like, don't hit children. Don't hit children. Don't hit children.
Alright, so pain in the ass, yes. Annoying, yes. That's one of those that, yes, their parents need to teach them fucking right from wrong because that was some stupid ass shit. But that's definitely one of those, I guess, kids will be kids moment. Yeah, they shouldn't be destroying property or making you pissed off, but I don't know. Like I said, I'd be pissed too, but I also see it as like a kids will be kids moment. You know what I mean?
That's why, like, like I've talked to management, like, my last store, we actually had a policy, like, unless you're accompanied by an adult, we weren't allowing kids in there for that same friggin' reason.
I just when you bringing up kid stories and stuff like that, I just remembered probably one of my favorite moments there when I actually got to kick people out. Oh my god. So this transit van full of, I don't know, 18, 20-year-olds rolls up and stuff like that. They all come in, start grabbing drinks. And, everybody loves to bring in their own recyclable cups and just start grabbing drinks. And, of course, get mad when I tell them, they actually have to pay for it because people don't like doing that.
Yeah.
I brought my own cup. You're not paying for the fucking cup. You're paying for the fucking drink, you dumbass. Anyway, they must have been on some sort of trip or I don't know. I think they could have been stealing stuff, but for that doesn't matter. But I don't know. Maybe 20 minutes after they were there, I look out the window and stuff like that, and it's not unusual for people to loiter. Anyway, I see boxes and bags, and I'm talking like plastic totes. You usually only get like when you're ordering stuff like in bulk, and just all sorts of cardboard boxes with different names on them, stuff like that. And they just have it literally all over the fucking place in the lot. And I'm just like, guys, what the hell is this? You guys need to pack this shit up. No, this is not happening. Because at that point, they had a transit van and a car behind them. And the car was theirs too, but that entire lane of pumps was blocked off because of the boxes, cars, and just them in general. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll clean it up. Sorry about that, blah, blah. Not even 5 minutes later, after I called my manager, explained them about the situation and stuff like that, he's like, well, if they don't start moving, and tell them to get the fuck out. Not even 5 minutes after that, I start hearing yelling and shit. They're fighting in the lot. Like, literally just full out, there's a couple of guys in the middle scrapping, and everybody else is just sitting there yelling. I'm a bigger guy. Resources, definitely. Big resources is a fucking name for a reason. I fucking charge out the door, actually hit one of the kids with the door, and just scream, alright, that's fucking it! Everybody get the fuck out! I'm calling the cops in 2 minutes! And they all just start getting fucking smart at it. Oh, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew you call the cops on us. He's a fucking asshole. I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not a fucking asshole. You're the bunch of fucking dumbass kids fighting in my goddamn lot. Get the fuck out.
All right,
They were gone within a minute.
One quick one before we transition over. This will be our first longer episode, and we're going to be doing 2 topic episodes for the moment.
Yes, sir.
I have one more kid-related story. This was like my first 8 months in. Mind you, I have no bias here, and I can actually speak a bit of their language.
Mm-hmm.
I had to explain to 2 5-year-olds that our EBT machine was down because they wouldn't have. The grandfather was too lazy to come in. Started cussing me out in Spanish because he couldn't understand why. He's like, why are you telling the kids no? Because we can't take them at the moment. The machine is down. Our company does not spend a lot of money.
Nobody understands when shit is broken. I don't understand.
They don't spend a lot on the machinery or maintenance of the machinery.
Nobody.
We don't. Probably because we didn't do enough sales for them.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was hard explaining to 2 5-year-olds what to do and then have them relay that back. But we will catch you in the second half, guys. We're going to be talking about college. Buckle up, Buttercup.
What's going on, guys? My name's Jeremy, co-creator of 8 Apparel Fitness. First and foremost, I just want to take this time to thank Brian and Resource for giving me the opportunity to not only sponsor but also edit their videos. I'd love any comments about how I can make it better for these guys and make the show better for you guys. That being said, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the sponsorship. So yeah, I am the co-creator of 8 Apparel Fitness. You can check our Instagram out right here, APEPAREL Fitness. When you get there, you'll see a lot of interesting stuff, workout videos, nutritional benefit posts, like what you should eat versus what you shouldn't eat depending on what you're trying to do, whether you want to bulk or lose weight. And then you'll also get some good supplement posts in there too about like protein, what kind of protein, creatine, and like what different supplements will do to your body. Also, when you get to our Instagram, you'll find a link, and in that link is some good merch. You'll find a lot of really comfortable clothes, things like hoodies, crew necks. You can see Brian right here in our tank top, and then Resource also has one of our sweatshirts on, So like these guys, they wear it, they love it. And a lot of other people that love it too, so definitely get yours today. We got face masks that just dropped yesterday. We got more colors coming out soon too. Also in the future, we're going to be dropping stuff like this. A lot of good stuff. This is really breathable. It's a really good workout shirt. Definitely good if you do a lot of cardio. You really won't feel it, and it's really loose. It's really breathable. I love it. We also got hats coming out soon. Check for that. Check for this stuff right around the winter time. Other than that, thanks for watching. Let's get back to the show. Happy lifting, guys.
All right, and welcome back. We are going to do a little bit of a new segment.
I don't want to.
Shut up, Resource. But thank you for a little word from our sponsor. We are very happy with him. He's a great editor. If you guys want to, hit him up, maybe.
Yeah, Brian's already bought one of his tank tops. And
we should have some type of photo coming up for you right about now. Check him out. Everything should be down in the description. But yeah, we're going to talk about some wild college stuff. Like, I personally went for only 2 semesters. How many did you do?
1 full year. 2. I made it like halfway through my junior year.
So you're 2.5 years?
Yeah, so like 5 semesters.
Before we get into it, I'll let everyone know I was doing pretty much almost a double major of criminal justice and business management. What about you, guy?
I started out as a criminal justice major. I also was thinking about minoring in psychology, but then when I started taking psychology classes, I really liked that a lot better, so I just went for full psychology. So yeah, I got a little bit of that under my belt, at least a decent amount of knowledge. I will say a couple of the semesters I did fail, but I mean that doesn't mean I don't know my shit. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of failed out because I was I'll be honest with you guys, I was woman chasing, and also I had some issues with classes, some issues with teachers. I'm not really good sitting in a classroom. Testing's not my kind of thing.
Well,
Don't get me wrong, I'm a decently intelligent person. Not the best, not the worst, but, I like learning.
well, I'm not gonna say exactly how the man himself says it, but as Alex Jones says, we're kind of stupid.
Sometimes. Um, but yeah, my first couple weeks in class, actually it was like a weekish, week and a half-ish. I was going 3 days a week plus working full-time. So I was constantly busy.
My first year, I didn't do any work, but on the second year, I did start doing work on the weekends and stuff like that. I was going more days a week than you were. I think I did have like a 4 or 5 like full everyday class schedule.
I was taking a full class load. I was doing
Oh
four
no,
classes a semester.
I'm just saying just how it ended up working out. Unfortunately, it was like a 5 day a week thing. So I did only have time to work on the weekends. But other than that, we're not here for that fun shit. We're here for the fun, annoying, weird stories of college.
I had a lot of fun in college. Like I went to quite a few parties, made some friends, some still friends with, some really eh. One of my best ones to tell is I was partying up by the school I went to, and then ended up in Sutton, which is about what do you say, about almost 20 minutes from Worcester, depending on how you drive.
Are you talking Center Worcester?
Like northern Worcester, where I'm at.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good. No, I'd actually put that closer to 25 or 30.
25
because
to 30.
from here, it's 15 minutes. From my work, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I was partying one night. I was taking it easy. I was sipping on. I can't even remember what I was sipping on, but then somebody said, "Oh, you want a shot of tequila?" Next thing you know, I took 10 shots, almost back to back to back.
Oh, hell no.
To this day, I really cannot drink tequila. It turns my stomach. So why is Sutton so important? I ended up in Sutton. I'm not going to say any names with it, but I did wake up on someone's couch.
Well, and like we said, that is a half an hour away.
How I did it after blacking out. There's about maybe 10, 11 hours where I don't remember. I think I ended up blacking out around 11-ish, waking up around 9, 10-ish. I can't really remember. This was a few years ago, like 2014, 2013, 2013, 2013, 2014, right around there.
Either way, year's not important. The story's important.
I woke up on someone's couch with a cat sitting on my chest after I kind of tried sitting up and almost puking because I'm dizzy, dehydrated. I don't know how much booze I ingested that night because blur. I woke up, my boots were still on. My socks were missing.
I remember this.
My pants are on with everything in it. My boxers are missing. So that's a concern.
Didn't you have $1,000 in ones or something?
Calm down. I had my flannel on, but my tank top was missing. My hat was there, thankfully. I love my hats. I woke up with $1,500 in small bills in my pocket. Everyone's like, how the hell did you do that? I'm like, I don't know. All I know is I'm probably won it somehow. There was 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s in there. They were all faced up like you were doing friggin' a register.
My theory...
One's on the outside. They are all facing the same direction up all the way down to the 20s.
My theory is you blacked out and then went into work mode and you just started charging a cover charge at the door of some
Mind
party.
you, I was not I was working retail, but I was cart pushing at the time. I had not touched the register yet.
I don't know. I still like the idea that you were outside some random fucking party and just cover charging.
Here's some people. When I was in my high school and in my college days, getting drunk, I would do almost anything for money. On nights I can remember.
For him, $20 is definitely $20.
No, I was very expensive for it. I did stripping in college, $800 a night. I ended up also doing a lot of dares and stuff like that. I'd be like, all right, streak up now, streak here's 200. Or I would gamble like a lot of times. Like we just talked about me not liking gambling. I like cards. I don't like scratch tickets. I like it when I can bet money and I know it's more in my favor.
And everybody wonders why Worcester is such a low-rated city. Streakers for $200, fucking shit, and everybody running up and down
But
the
like
road.
I'm like I could have got all that money from gambling.
Mm.
It's possible, you know.
I had a bit more tame college experience. Most of my stories are other people being fucking stupid. I went to. I'm not much of a partier myself. I'm more of an introvert, all that sort of stuff. But I went to Salem State, which is apparently I didn't know when I was going or before I went there. It is a huge party school. There were
I didn't even know it was a college.
at least 3 times I got woken up at 3 a.m. because either somebody set off the fire alarm on purpose or somebody set something on fire. I think the funniest time slash the most pissed off time I was like I said, it was like 3:30 in the morning. People were still up fucking partying. And apparently somebody caught a microwave on fire, and instead of, trying to put it out, hey, we're just going to throw this burning microwave down the trash chute. And it caught all the other trash down there on fire. And so, yeah, we ended up having to be evacuated out of the building for a good 2 hours. Suffice to say, I missed my 8 a.m.
I also had quite a bit of partying that was college related when I was not even in college. Once I moved out, I was still hanging with college because I lived in a college neighborhood. I was up by WPI.
Oh, it makes sense.
I don't know how many times I would go party with college kids by the time I hit 21. Don't do this, by the way. I would buy alcohol. It was not purposely for them, but a lot of times people would invite me over. Yeah, I already have it. Like, after I turned 21, I already started developing a habit for beer more than hard alcohol, started to calm down a little bit more. But I still had my debaucherous nights, gambling. I would always go with a pack of cards in my pocket, stuff like that. All the different money I'd make. It was honestly a lot of fun trying to outdo people. When I get drunk, I am like the center of fucking tension.
It's like a golden doodle. I don't know if everybody has ever had one of those dogs, but the best way I can describe them is life is a party, and they're the guest of honor, and that's how he fucking gets when he's drunk. Oh, you should see him in a bar. He's fucking running all over the place. Luckily, sometimes we know the bouncer, so we don't get kicked out.
Yeah, it's usually most of the times where I know the bouncers is strip clubs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we have to have an episode for strip clubs. We need to actually get you and GB to go.
I would love to do a live stream inside.
But we can't do the live stream.
You can't. Oh yeah, titties. YouTube.
But we would definitely like to have a few nights where people get a little wild, especially with GB now.
I can't wait
being
for
a little
older
night.
episode.
We will be definitely doing a poker live stream.
Oh god, those nights get fucking nuts. Weirdly enough, Brian's the only one that hasn't puked yet.
I don't think Isaiah puked.
We're not counting him. He don't stay. Us, you, me, and Satan are the only ones that actually stayed the night.
Yeah, Isaiah stayed quite a bit last time though. He was out like early AM.
Well, that's because I hit him with the gas mask.
But also, like, back to like college stories. Like, I
actually watched a man die at college. So, me and my friend were walking back from lunch at one of the main halls, up back towards our dorm. And I don't know what made us stop, but we're like, you know what? We went into a convenience store, and then when we came back out, we're just kind of walking. We had gotten a couple of drinks and stuff like that, and just chit chatting as we're walking. And I looked across the street, and I think it was fire department, and there was they were repainting the building, all that sort of stuff, up on a boom truck, and one of the painters in the truck moved the boom way too close to the lines. And I used to do tree work, all that sort of stuff, so I know somewhat about that kind of stuff. When it's too close, so hang branches being too close, all that sort of stuff. Stuff arcs, electricity, all that sort of fun stuff. So I'm like, oh shit, this is not going to go well. And one of the guys actually on the ground ended up yelling up to him and stuff. And the thing actually fucking arced and shocked the man. I saw him drop everything, heard the arc, watched it, and he just dropped in the bucket. And unfortunately, this actually isn't well known, and is actually very important. You can't touch that truck until they cut that line or like the entire grid for that area, because it can still shock you because it's still close enough to arc. Even if it's not going to arc the person, it could arc the boom, travel down to the truck, and say if somebody touches it, it could zap them too. So unfortunately, nobody was actually able to get up to save him or get him down. So as far as I know, he actually ended up dying because I'm sorry, he was a dumbass.
I have one that's kind of like where somebody ended up getting seriously hurt on one of my drunk nights.
Oh,
that actually relates to college. I was partying with a few kids from WPI, no names. We went up to one of our local strip club establishments. We were up at Betty's, aka Sweaty Betty's, aka Hurricane Betty's. It was a great fucking night. I enjoyed it. I was talking to a friend of mine who was up on stage. Yes, I'm friends with strippers. Don't fucking judge me.
They're people too.
We were just chatting. It's kind of a slower night. This kid's behind me just throwing ones at the back of my fucking head, my dude. And he's just being an overall dick. And then when I stepped up, like, dude, do you have a fucking problem? I can get aggressive sometimes, people.
Sometimes, motherfucker. Your cousin's Satan.
Shut the fuck up. Two of his boys pop up in the corner. Next thing you know, they get kicked out because they're trying to start a fight. The bouncers watched them antagonizing me the whole fucking time. I went outside, saw them, getting pissed off, cursing everybody out. I'm like, you know what? I've got a nice, healthy buzz going on by now. Like, I am fucking good. So I'm sitting there like, they got off way too easy. We had some bikers in the club.
Bikers are fun.
I went over to him. I was like, hey, buddy, not to be a snitch or anything, but there's some kids out there that were
fucking with bikes.
They are out there getting angry, kicking shit around, breaking stuff, and they're over by your bikes. Technically, I did instigate, but they were also doing that. So I was also concerned as a man who has a lot of motorcycle people in his family, a lot of riders in his family.
You were just being a little fucker, getting back at him, you drunk ass.
Oh yeah. So what ended up happening is a street fight between three barely 18, 19-year-old kids versus four big-ass bikers.
Yeah.
It was the most funny thing is I'm just sitting back cackling in the middle of the fucking thing. Everyone's like, oh yeah, he's cut off for the night. No, the fuck I'm not. I guess who knows the bartender. I had probably maybe a drink and a half before I ended up leaving again. I blackout walked that home. Betty's from where I used to live.
I had no idea.
I used to live off by where Highland Street is in Worcester.
Oh, that's distance.
Yeah, buddy, that's about 2 miles. I blackout walked that home.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I've had way too many drunk nights in the strip club. Way too many drunk nights partying with people. I had, like I said, where I was paid to streak up and down the street, it's the middle of winter. One guy's like, oh, yo, I bet you $200 you won't go buck naked out there. I'm like, hell yeah, I will. Somebody's like, I'll put $200 on that.
I miss our drunk walks home.
I had friggin' $400 tucked away. I may or may not have had a lady that night. I don't kiss and tell, I'm a gentleman.
Fuck that, you are. He's trying to make movies.
Hey, buddy, calm down. If you guys really want me to, or I'll release my own collection.
Oh, God.
I don't have a collection, but I might do it.
Easy, Belle Delphine.
I mean, you're always crushing people's dreams of becoming stars. I've been encouraging Squilliam a bit.
You ain't gonna be no Mia Khalifa. You might be the trailer park trash version of Belle Delphine.
Dude, she's annoying as hell.
Oh my god.
At least if I actually made a Pornhub account, I would actually post legitimate videos on there.
I don't think anybody will want to watch them though.
Hey, amateur is very popular in my concern. And college girls, hell yeah! I live on a college campus, my dude.
Amateur, tatted, snaggletooth motherfucker.
Fuck you, Rinsource.
You know I gotta bust your balls.
Do you got any more drunk stories or drunk college stories or stuff like that? Because I have a couple locked and loaded.
wasn't a drunk story, but I was hanging out with my friend, and she actually had some of that like shit in a can spray. And we're just having some fun. We're just thinking, you know what? Would be really fucking funny. Go in every stairwell of the building from the first floor all the way up. I think it was 8 floors, and just spray that shit. And then when it was on our floor, hit it all the way through the floor, and so basically nobody would know. So we did just that, and just went through up and down both the stairwells, spraying that shit, and then hit my entire floor. And then when we went back in my room, I don't know, maybe we gave it about like 20 minutes later. We started hearing some commotion. We both had out. What the fuck is that? Everybody's confused as shit. Like, I think actually, if I remember correctly, a few people actually went into the bathroom and started puking.
I have one a little similar because I went to a community college. We did not have dorms.
Mhm.
Instead, we had one kid decide to go through the English. Was it the English building? I believe it was the English building.
Mhm.
He sprayed pepper spray down the entire fucking hallway
Oh,
in
hell
the
no.
middle of summer.
Oh, that must have that had attention.
No one found it. I know there was very little commotion on it, just because you don't want that kind of publicity getting out. But yeah, like someone was an asshole with it.
Oh, I just remembered one. So it's a weird story. Basically, what it boils down to is I found out you can get high off of dry sheets.
I did not know that.
It was not purposely done. So some kid had way fucking too much to drink and decided my door and the rug in front of my neighbor's door and their door, basically that whole end of the hallway, was a good place to puke. And the building didn't want to clean it up for a few days for whatever reason. So I'm just like, I cannot live with the smell. Had both the windows open, the whole shebang, all that sort of stuff, trying to air that bitch out. It's on the door, it's on the rug in front of the door, it's not airing. So I had a whole bunch of dryer sheets. I'm like, fuck it. And I just put 20 of the bitches all across the room. And I'm like, okay, I can actually breathe now without wanting to puke myself. And I don't know, I'd give it about 45 minutes later. And like I said, I had the room being aerated with windows, the fan, all that sort of stuff. So I'm like, I should be good. But like 45 minutes later, I start feeling fucking weird. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And I start Googling it and shit. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a new one. Apparently, you can get high off of dryer sheet fumes. Called Mama Resource, and gave her the laugh of the day, and she just called me a fucking dumbass. And it gave me a little bit of headache later on, but other than that, I'm more or less good to go. Yeah, so don't leave like 20 dryer sheets around your room. It ain't gonna end fucking well at all.
But as we end with that story, this will draw to a close. Hopefully you guys liked it, especially with our longer episodes. If you guys do like the longer, let us know. We're definitely down to do more.
Whatever you guys want, we can do. I mean, even Bark's Pornhub account. Fuck, if you guys want that, I guess he's down for it too.
Just let us know in the comments, guys. Thank you for listening.